Okay. We got this, homies. I told myself, oh, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna just, the something is streaming, and my brain said, I'm gonna post about the stream, like, before I do it. And then I got distracted. And now it is spontaneous. I will now tell the portions of the internet that are awake that there is an opportunity. It's 2 a.m. I got distracted. It's like, oh, this won't take too long. 30 minutes later. Hi, Desmo. How are you doing? Thinking. I could complain. About the OGL. The new OGL, in the way. I am glad that you are doing alright. I am doing awake. Conscious. Tis morning. I had a thought. I had plans. I had thoughts. And then the Discord call music just went doo 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 in my brain until I freaking just ended up. I was like, oh yeah, I wanted to stream tonight. Hello, Magic. How are you today? This evening, morning. The thoughts. The attention deficit just came over with a little good morning, Jubilee. Sip. But the brain strange came over. It was just like no more thought. But I did get water. Thinking. Like, my ideas for today or recent streams was, one, since a lot of flavors are now having like membership access and lots of us have thrones, I was thinking of doing how I personally cache stuff. So you need to keep yourself fed and alive. And I understand you want to support your favorite content creators. Like, I do too. I too want to spend my whole paycheck on art folk. It's just like my streamers and my art folk and just buying a bunch of art. And I know it's not responsible. Flip flap. It's not here. I need to go downstairs to get my purse. I may get my purse and like not show because I don't have a setup to show. Oh no, this OS has gained sentience. I don't know what OS means in this context. My brain is just saying operating system. Is just like, my phone has thoughts now. We have achieved the AI. I wasn't wrong for saying thank you. Thank you to inanimate objects this whole time. I could do budgeting and organizing stream. How am I an OS? Is that like short for an Oshi in this context? What? It's early morning. You don't expect me to be normal. Also, the AI is alive! Nah! Also, if I do glitch, as I say, more than usual, I am mentally ill, TM. So, if there's a stutter or a glitch, what did I get up to today? Other than sleeping, I don't have work again until Wednesday. So, and I was glitching really bad the other night. So I took my calm down, which is I'm currently taking via prescription. Don't take any drugs you're not supposed to. My hydroxyzine, which is roughly the equivalent to a Benadryl, and it just kind of like makes you a little sleepy. It makes you a little sleepy. So I took that last night. But that's mostly... So most of the day I was sleeping. I did have a good burger. It was a good burger. It tasted good. It had like cheese, onions, pickle. We got out. Let me see if the restaurant is like too local for me to say. Like, I know it's a chain, but is it a regional chain? Oh, yeah. Local pay. Yeah, it's a local place with only two locations, and both of them are in my area. They're really hacking good, though. Like, it's like one of those dedicated burger places, so it wasn't just like a cheap burger, but it was, and those fries, extra brown, extra long, slightly floppy, given to you in a cup. Good stuff. It's good when there is no when the least the less dedicated branding, the better. Not a McDonald's Borgor. Like, I should do a Waffle House stream, because the Waffle House is a regional cornerstone that I believe everyone knows about. I have never heard of them. I am in the American South. I'm willing to say that much, but I have not heard of these. Oh, there's one place I can't freaking say it, because it's too much. Darn you, regional food places. Why must you be so good and yet so niche that I dox myself if I share your goodness? What? But yeah, just sleep and my little brother, my parents and I were talking about the concept of jonesing, like the way of like ribbing on people, and I'm the worst of the family, of course, because yes, I can't even tell that I'm being insulted. Unless it's like painfully obvious. But then my younger brother in comparison, is just like, because I am a significant like no-lifer. Well, I have some life. I'm a medium no-lifer. And like he says, like, if she ain't asleep, it's just like, brother. Ooh, Midwest. No wonder I haven't heard of them. I'm very much I have traveled like up and down the East Coast, but I haven't traveled like, oh, Hardee's. They have the meats. No, that's Arby's. Let me look. Oh yeah, that one. Yes, I haven't had Hardee's in a long time. No, my brain went to Arby's, because don't they also have a star? No, that's a hat. Most of the time, like, in my area, Arby's had the best mozzarella sticks. Hardee's is another name. I have heard of Hardee's, and it is in the area. I haven't had it since I was a kid. Rally's probably my favorite. Rally's. Let's Google that one. Because food, the way to the soul, like the way of healing the soul. Huh. I see that area code. Nope. Yeah, nah. even being broad, there's no rallies close to me. Yes, I wanted to be like, oh, I've got a post about the fact that I want to stream beforehand, and then it's like, and then I got distracted for 30 minutes. Welcome to the friendly blender. It's pool noodles that it's akin to a bouncy house, and the little pillars that go weep 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 weep. Hello, Joseph. Hello. Me thinking, oh yes, hooray, I got a little guy. I could do a little talking about some old DeviantArt, like, and current DeviantArt stuff, like what closed species and open species and adoptables. I could do that. That is on the list of things we could do. Let us get, you know what time it is? You know what time it is. You know what time it is. It's time for the blank notepad. Let's go. No, wrong asset. Thank you, Kurokube. You're being ever reliable. Kurokube. I remember his name. Let's go. Let's go. No. But I need to make sure I'm not on any of my personal. No, stop it. Thinking. I need to tolerate DeviantArt Eclipse. Okay. That's... Oh. Also, remember to be smart and don't be mean. What do you mean? What list? There is no list. The list no longer exists. There is no list. The list is gone. I did save the list. The list is gone. And you gotta remember, you guys need to be mindful. Don't turn me into one of those people that, like, if you see anything that you find cringe or weird, we don't engage. If you don't like it, you can drink water, have a sip of water, and mind your business. Like, there are some posts that I saw earlier today that really rustled my jimmies. I am still finding someone to play Slim Ben Jimmy. It will happen one day. But it really rustled my jimmies. It's like, I gotta respond. It's XYZ. I need to XYZ because XYZ. It's like, nope, you don't have to have a take. You don't need to engage with things that take your joy. Well, now it's Slimpin' Jimmy. The reason that it kind of, like, not only was it, like, Slippin' Jimmy, it really ruins my bifold. It really puffs up my parachute. But if you see something that you find cringe, drink water and mind your business. I do not want to be known as a content creator / streamer / professional anime human that I allow people to enter spaces and start spitting on people's sunshines when nothing harmful is being done. Oh, heck, one thing. I forgot one thing. We played Bar Pets. I don't. Okay. Okay. Minta, the Minta de Yakubi is fine. It's like, did I let one of my coworkers? My pet games, lots of pet games. The thing is, Neopets has changed their stuff so much that it's just like, let's just do Mara Pets if I was gonna do a pet game stream, and then it's just like we were making, as I called it, flavor floof. We can stand to do a little bit of pet game heckery. Pet game heckery. Me too. Okay. Oh my gosh, it's so large. Unlarge. Become reasonable. Stop moving that. It's the list of things that can be done is long. The list of ideas, it's ever present. Minta is fine. She is still over 50%. No, I was a Nintendo kid growing up, and like my household was like got a Wii and played Just Dance. Throughout my we were very much a Wii household. And all of my favorite virtual worlds were hit with the gone away with the gone away beam. I'm not too young. I am approximately. It's just more that, again, Nintendo family. But, okay. As you can see, the alternate universe version of Minta is not starving. I have not starved my compatriots. That the health doesn't matter unless you want to fight. I do not want to engage in combat. Combat is hard. Feature creep, go brr, and I don't want to deal with that aspect of the feature creep. Oh my gosh, double stats from gummy bricks. I love gummy bricks. This is one of my favorite games. Let's go. I love these kinds of games. No. I am age. I think we're doing a little bit of gummy bricks because it's double scats for gummy bricks today. While this is an intermediary activity, if you will. We're gonna decide what we're going to do while we have something to do, so that both you and you, the audience, and me, the entertainer, have silly little dopamine go brr. Silly dopamine. It goes brr. I have a question for you guys as well regarding collaborations in, like, I do want to collaborate with some of my FlaVR compatriots and have been in and out of contact with FlaVR compatriots. However, there are some cool humans that I know otherwise. How much is the stream lagging? But they're cool humans, that it's okay, it's not that behind. But there are cool humans outside of FlaVR and outside of VTubing even that are that isn't even worth sending. I'm a disappointment to myself. Why did it put it there? Because the universe had different plans. But I am unsure of how the etiquette of like stream collaborations is, and how, when, and who to collaborate with, and what is good practice, what is bad practice. I understand that I am an independent free being under the company of FlaVR. Who is contracted with FlaVR, because there is a contract. No Gonchadov-esque stuff. Understandable. Like, but there are already cool humans that I know, like, that already stream and I already have that rapport with. I just ask for, yeah, I am sure that the audience, yeah, like I am wondering, I am working on and like bouncing around, like collaborating with other flavors, of course. But again, with this being an open source project, and this, like, in comparison to reaching out to new people, people of whom I've never talked to before, because, like, the part of the point of an open source project as this is, like, anyone and anyone. Okay. The thing is just, like, I know that I see people do things, and it's just like, with a particular stream that we do not speak of when we are not in a stream-esque space. Yeah. Yeah. And also I was thinking of, like, what ratio flavor to pre-established friends should I do if we get a tabletop going? Like, starting those new relationships and talking to people and talking to people and talking to people. I know that some people are persnickety, and I want to be amicable with everyone and strike a good balance where, like, a majority of people can be happy, because conflict is terrifying. Speaking of tabletop, there is a apt tangent. Yeah. That, you see, I understand that. I fully, my brain fully understands, like, you need to make acquaintances with the people you're going to collaborate with artistically. But also, new people scare we. Okay, so would you, like, would it, I know that the masculine people and the masculine people in flavor are sometimes unappreciated. Okay, ever since the OGL Heckaroo, gosh darn you, Hasbro. Technically, I wasn't thinking of doing the big old system switcheroo. I was thinking that if I were to do a stream game, or, like, I'm moving most of my personal homebrew over to a system called Core Micro. I have talked about Core Micro before. I can throw a link. Yeah. I'm gonna partially wait for the 5e kerfluffle, like, depending, like, because I do want to get some flavors on board, but, like, I know and have a group that is, like, I am comfortable riffing with and off of. in terms of tabletop and RP. And the thing is, the system that is used is contrived and slightly obtuse. But like, I would start with a one shot. I would probably be GM or DM of the encounters. Pre-established favorite artists in the community. Tension. What do you mean by like like among the talent folk? Cosmo. Know you that well. Yeah. The thing is the homebrew system that we've used is large and obtuse, but the guy who made it is unavailable due to labors and stuff. So I was just thinking of the people that I know that I can already RP decently with and riff well and know other systems other than 5e. About me and other flavor talents, as requested by Murray, we don't really talk because that is like a boundary that she set, and I fully respect that boundary. But with the other flavors, I have been talking with I have been talking with Navy and a little bit with Minta. And again, new peopling is hard and scary, and new peopling. And I understand why people are wary because, again, I am a new person. I'm a complete stranger to them. And again, new people are scary to a majority of people. And hopefully I can establish a good rapport in time, but again, that is going to take time. And also me being awake at the time that other flavors are awake, which is a challenge in and of itself, because sleepy time is during the day. Okay. We may lose here. Because to be fully honest, I mostly went through the process of searching through YouTube, and I taught the 2 Abigails, 2 Sennas, and 3 different Lily Mays. And I just knew that me personally, I'm gonna lose here anyway, so might as well lose. Sense score. I searched YouTube and I searched Twitter, and I did not know that duplicates were touchy, because like part of the thing that sold me on this was that I believe that duplicates were welcome, like more openly. Hello, Jean. Then they were. There is like an I think I saw 3. Like one of them is inactive. But I saw 2 Sennas on YouTube, two Abigails, and just based off, and like a few more on Twitter. Like, I knew that if I like waited and like thought too hard, or even needed to like reach out as a rando to these VTubers to say, yo, I'm thinking of playing this character, are you cool with that? Yeah. The thing is, I didn't. Yeah. Yeah. I know some of them like went on to stream, and some went on to make whole YouTube channels. Some of them were gimmicks. I was unsure how many were like gimmicks that were gonna come back, and I did not know that. I didn't have the knowledge that I currently do now about the reception of duplicates. And my main thing is not even worth sending the score. Like, part of the thing that I really like about open source projects like this is that like different people can take a different, like the same character in so many different directions, and I personally find that very interesting to see. And like, how are you going to develop this character that may look the same as another character, but like have different quirks and traits as necessitated by being different, having different actors and actresses behind them. I did not know that initially that my counterpart was uncomfortable with like duplicates and the duping up, and I'm glad that she expressed that boundary, and I completely respect that boundary. I do not judge her for like setting in that boundary, and I'm glad that she felt comfortable enough to establish that boundary. So I shifted slightly, so still recognizable to the character that I originally wanted to play, but still spaced enough. Exactly. Like different people take the same thing and do different things with it, and it's wonderful, and it's a great expression of creative shebangery. I have a better word for this, but it's 2 a.m. Good evening, Riv. Um, I understand, like, this is there are lots of different cooks and a lot of different kitchens serving the same patrons, if that makes sense. Like, we may all be cooks and we may like share space in like a communal kitchen, but they're like different outspurts of the kitchen. To metaphors. And to like, part of me does want to approach this more as an artistic endeavor. Okay, hear me out. I need, don't say, I'm not trying to say that the illusions and works that other streamers and other VTubers create is not artful, but I was gonna go more meta with it, like be more candid about the fact that the human behind the screen is playing a character, and I was going to be more candid about that. I'm gonna be, and that's what, like, and I felt like this, like a fully fictional, in a way, company turning into real, and then it, not in the terms of like like a horror ARG, but like more like candid, like there is a face behind this, like there are folks behind the anime people. And I was gonna, like, it's a company. I wanted to allow my rendition of the character to be able to shift between like the more traditional VTubing experience and the more meta commentary, because I still have a little bit of fine art frickery in my bones. I like asking deep questions. I like making people think. My main thing that I want to do with the stuff I create and the art that I make is make people feel feelings. And the feelings of confusion are still feelings, and feelings of how do I relate to this, like, relatively new medium. I wasn't thinking of like fully, like, I was thinking of like non-traditional mixing, like mixing in, not like Kason, like some aspects like Kason, like a little bit, but also like more fine art and a little dumb. Like, I have a little joke that sometimes I write like titles to thesis statements when I'm bored, and like, let me grab my Kindle, because the way that we consume media, especially around effeminate people, and it's just so interesting, and like the way that VTubing as a phenomena popped up. No, I'm about to be weird and artsy. Also for reference, like, well, 2 points of reference. One, Mama Mixin keeps making a joke that I come downstairs and ask her questions that, like, are questions that educators in academia are asking, and then aptly says, go to college, go to graduate school, or go to university. Um, and I am working. Darn it! Darn it! Okay, we can. Lime. Lime. We have obtained the lime. Like, I came downstairs one time. It's just like, what do you... This is apt. Like, AI art and, like, AI generated content. What are you most excited for in the technological future? And, like, my mom is just like, the phone is still surprising to me. Like, if a younger version of herself were to come into the future, she would be most confused about the phone. Like, the fact that there is a small computer that her father, my grandfather, used to make little things on a green and black screen, turned into a thing that you carry in your pocket. It's just like, that is like the most amazing technological like advancement that she has seen, and like never thought that she would see in her lifetime. Like, driving cars are mid, the phone is the best part. But one of the thoughts I had that turned into a title, there's so many. I do know that, and it makes me feel warm and fuzzy. I didn't finish this one. Okay, give me a moment to finish writing the thought, because I didn't finish writing the thought on my silly little Kindle. Tesla gets confused because darkness in a tunnel, decides to pull over to the fast lane to brake. 8-car pileup. What is a ladybug? Yeah. Trains! No. Let's put a pin in public transport. We are putting a pin in transportation. We are putting a pin in train talk. As a card-carrying autist, we need to put this... I had a thought. No. It's like, that thought has been replaced with my never-ending hatred of cars. Gosh darn it. I am a public no. We are putting a pin in the train conversation. We're putting a pin in robust public transport and walkable communities. We are putting a pin on the benches. I'm going... Okay, in the nicest way possible. I am ignoring you. You guys are upside down to me. I cannot comprehend what you're saying, and I'm getting the thoughts from my brain onto the digital paper. Okay. Flipping my phone back. No, I'm not putting a pin. I turned my phone. I turned the phone that I'm using as chat access, and then I just come back. No, we're not putting a pin on the bitch. You know why Disney is the... You want to know why Disney is the best place on earth? Because it's an accessible and walkable community that takes accommodations, both physical and mental, into account. Rotated shark. Rotate. Rotate. Banana. Rotate. No, we're not verbally stimming on stream. Banana rotate. Do you guys want to hear the totally long title that could totally maybe be a thesis statement one day? Probably not, because I have like 5 other titles of this caliber for things I want to write. I also have another one that may be a tad bit too, like, personal, but is also very funny to me. We're not going down the hole of Mixie just making noises and you guys like encouraging me to make noises when those noises could become comprehensible sentences. We are staying comprehensible. Big thought, big think. We are intelligent individuals. Big brain. Wait, what? It's the royal we. Don't worry about it. We're not bringing that up here. Oh, no. What were we talking about? We as a collective chat. Brick and mortar. Okay. Pop-up thought. There's this thing called fake cakes. And, like, it's effectively where you get a basis. For me, it was like a cardboard box. And then a container of plaster, like wall plaster that you would use to fix a hole, like a little nail hole. And then you mix it with acrylic paint. And then you get the forbidden icing to ice the forbidden cake. And Now you get a box that looks like a cake. Nah, nah, nah. Nah. We are morphing into everything that we want to be. Be creatively. Nah. Nah. Okay. Mixie fun fact. I only watch Rick and Morty while in VR. Geeka and Mortar Mixie. No. But I only watch it while in VR because I still get really bad VR sickness. I need the last thing I was doing at this computer was getting a thing on, and I forgot that I needed to download the thing to get the thing on. What is the thing? Unity. You need a very high IQ. You need at least 2 brain cells. But no, like I was like hanging out with people in my world of choice. And then heck, no, I didn't mean, no, I pressed a button. Nah, no, the button has been pressed. Nah. No. I got distracted. Let's just have Kurokube's relative, Shirokube. No. But I still get really bad VR sickness. And I hate stairs. All my homies hate VR stairs. They make me feel queasy. They make me feel bad and sick, and then I need to sit on my floor. But I was vibing with some humans that I recently met in my world of choice. And yeah. And there's like, yo, wanna go to the world where you just watch movies and stuff. It was like, oh my gosh, can we watch Rick and Morty? And they were just having a whole ass conversation. Darn it. I swore. Nah. But I just got so enthralled with the flashy colors, and then I looked down and my hands were paws, and there was so much serotonin because I was a little guy being a little guy. Being a creature, a being. And it was just I got most acclimated to my headset in a secondary application called Big Screen, where it has one of those legless Rayman-esque avatars, and you can just watch shows on Pluto TV. It was just I don't want to watch iCarly right now. And I was they got a Rick and Morty channel, so might as well watch Rick and Morty. And then it just became a tradition. It's a pretty good cartoon. It's not. I've personally seen better. Watch Marimashita Irama-kun. Watch it. Watch Marimashita Irama-kun. I will have a watch along stream. I can do it right now. This is a threat. How do people do watch along streams? How do they get the little timer? Mixie was a little guy. I turned myself into a little guy. Creature. Absolute being. Entity. To talk a little bit more about autism and like the relationship with your corporeal form, your meat mech, if you will. Sometimes your meat mech is large and you can start a... Oh. Okay. Okay, that's a generic timer. Okay. Well, time to find a generic timer. Me just typing in generic timer. Oh my gosh, pop-up thought. What I just put on the desk and what I'm going to take a picture of and put on Twitter immediately is my little timer. His name is Hedgie. He is a boy. He helps me stay centered sometimes when I forget what time it is. He's a boy. He is on the tweeter. You can see him. He keeps me grounded. Yeah. Why must you have a timer? Be your own timer. But you can see him on the internet. He is a little guy. He's a little guy. He's a little creature. He keeps me grounded. And his name is Hedgie. He is hedgehog shaped. And his little snoot dictates how much time is left on the timer. Time! The concept of time is consistently passing. Well, also when you said generic timer, that's what I put. That's what I put in my search history. It's like generic timer. No, 20%, so get your head out your life. On the internet of the internet. Oh no. No, it's a stopwatch. That's what it's called. The concept of time. Okay, it's the anime is called like Welcome to Demon School, Iruma-kun. It is a good show. Where can you watch it legally? Wink wonk 9 anime. It is why does it only have a 7.7 out of 10 on IMDb? Why is it on IMDb? I could purchase it. I could purchase a box set. I unironically would purchase a freaking box set. Oh my gosh, they have a little calico. Oh my gosh. I think it is available on Crunchyroll. Yes, it's on Crunchyroll. So let's go to Crunchyroll. Mm-hmm. 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 You dropped Iruma-kun? Yes, that was Antoninth. It's the song is helping me heal from my brain stranges. Yes, Hedgie is adorable. Hedgie is a bean. An absolute lad. But Iruma-kun found family, finding your talents and finding your space and being appreciated for who you are and not just what you can do, and the ability to make friends and develop relationships. Like this, like the lighthearted, spooky vibes of everything. It is immaculate. Absolutely immaculate. It's so nice. Friends are cool. They're just scary to start the friends, and then once you get the friend. I know what I'm saying. I'm a brilliant person who has coherent thoughts. We have no royal weed. Don't worry, you're not. Thinking. Oh, the Discord call music. Like the call tone is just like doo 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 doo. Oh yeah. I have watched one episode of Community. Because there are two types of high school teachers that I talk about, like the concept that is expressed, like you will understand. There's a high school teacher that gets you to go and sign the forms to give like the content consent forms so you can watch the Black Mirror episode, Nosedive. And then there's the teacher who doesn't want to go through it and just it does the Community episode about Meow Meow Beans. I watch Iruma-kun less for the shonen and more for the unending projection I have onto the characters. And also they're bright and they're colorful and it goes wee and it's silly and it's tea candy, because chewing on plastic is bad for you. The microplastics in your blood are not good for you. So don't add more. But the little plastic shapes, they're so nommable. They are shaped. I like shapes. Shapes are cool. Sometimes I just pick like I see like a weird gear that is like slightly broken on the street. It's like, I'm gonna take that home, get some of my 2-part modeling mix and make a archive of that shape. I'm gonna save you, shape. Interesting shapes. Interesting, like, little knickknacks and things to be. It's this box for me trinkets. It's Trinketville. What's going on? This was going to be coherent. Well, that failed. Do you guys have any questions? That's what I default to when there's nothing else to talk about. Scrolling through Instagram to get some ideas for the ideas and thinking. I like trains. Oh, I'm a high school dropout. My mom is in college level education, so that's why I know about it. Understandable. Yes, I like robust systems of public transport. Yes, I enjoy walkable communities. Yes, I like the trains. They go wee. Ooh. They make noises. They move people and objects into different places. We are working on that. Like, all we, in this case, me and my mother, need to do, because I cannot drive. Driving is for people with depth perception and a knowledge of the large, fast-moving murder vehicles. But me and my mama need to go and do a little bit of paperwork, and a little bit of things to set up for the test. And then we're going to community college. Also, in terms of fields, I have depth perception, but like sometimes when I'm in the car, like, you know how the mirrors, like the things that appear in the mirror are closer than they seem. It's just like, wait, what? How, why did you have to do that, mirror? Why? Like, there's so many things. Evening. Yes. Exactly. That's what driving is. And loud noises make me go, ah! Why can't you just be flat? Why can't you just be normal? Mirrors! Why do you have to be weird in the like, oh, let's make things inaccurate with the large metal murder vehicles. Let's make things slightly inaccurate. Let's just do that. Cars don't make sense. My mom has the most I can do is bicycle, because bicycle. You get a little helmet You get your little legs. He was like, wee. I still need to get a new bicycle. Not only because I have slightly grown since the last time I've used the bicycle, that I left my bicycle with the house of someone I no longer speak to. I left my bike. Thinking about technology and creation. I have showed my mother the desktop that I want to get. It is the Lenovo Legion 5, where we've decided on that. For the monitor, we're going to take the television from my grandfather's room and then use that as a monitor, because he isn't using it because he doesn't know how to use it. He is too busy being confused and slightly hungry. Thinking. Thinking. Breaking the no swearing rule, for a little bit. Fuck Hasbro. Back to no swearing. He's just like me, for real. Tortoise energy, slow moving, cares about food, and one other thing. Wow. Tag yourself, Mixin Family Edition. Mixie, socially anxious. Why do you hate Hasbro? What? I'm glad you asked. Time to go on the tangent about the OGL. Because the people who, like, the investor board, like, was ignoring, like, for a little bit, Wizards of the Coast was just like, nope, we don't make any money. We don't make money. Nope, we don't exist. And then the investors saw all the money that Wizards was making. Is like, we can make more. And the hobby isn't profitable enough. So, with the new OGL, with the OGL 1.1, I haven't gotten a chance to look at OGL 1.2 yet. Because effectively they want some of that sweet Critical Role Dimension 20 Taz, other actual play podcast, and that sweet Kickstarter money. So if you make over this is OGL 1.1. I don't know about 1.2. I may read 1.2 to see the differences. If you use the OGL and you make over 7,500,000. Big numbers are hard to read. If you get over that amount of money, you get, like, this isn't in profits. This is in, like, production costs as well. You got to give up 25% of that to Wizards of the Coast. And all homebrew, regardless of how much it makes, that uses the OGL, must be registered with Wizards of the Coast. And when registered with the Wizards of the Coast, they can use it without compensation or permission. Wow! That sucks! And let's look. And I did see this one joke. It's like, hey, Wizards did in a week what most of the D&D community has been trying to get the D&D community to do for years. Move on to other systems. Let's take a peek of OGL L2.1. Oh, no, they can't. Even if they could revoke the original OGL, things are grandfathered in. That's a thing you can't fight, because the thing was created under the assumption that the old OGL was going to be in place. Well, and this week, everyone's been moving on because Wizards has been a silly dum-dum and ignoring their staff to the point where leaks came out from the internal staff that were incontent with the shishingangery. Let's look at the... Also, a thought that I came up with when having the OGL talk. You know what D&D, like Wizards of the Coast, really haven't needed to spend any money on in the past few years? Advertising. Anything that these third-party companies could have made, like any profits that these third-party companies could be making, they couldn't hold a candle if they spent the amount of money, like the difference between the amount of money spent on advertising could never snuff up to the money they're losing by allowing third-party companies to like continue as they are. Oh, Magic, I'm not here to show you the Pathfinder. I'm transitioning over to GURPS. Yeah. I may be an idiot, but that tasty many worlds GURPS general use role-playing system. Delicious. GURPS. And for homebrew stuff, I switch over to Core Micro, as I said before, and we'll say again. Delicious, robust systems. Like, the reason I like... Also, do you want to know something really interesting about, like, the laws around the rules for games? You know how there's so many of those, like, games that are totally Scrabble, but they're not called Scrabble, and they're just allowed to run amok? Elbow leans in for emphasis. You cannot copyright nor trademark the rules of a game. You can have copyright over the expression of the rules, like in the OGL. Like, you can have copyright over that. You cannot copyright the rules to a game. So everyone was just using the OGL out of good faith. And unless you're, like, copying directly from the OGL, Wizards can't do jack. As long as you don't put 5e or Dungeons and Dragons on your stuff, you can use 5e and Dungeons and Dragons rules to your heart's content. So what they just did was bury all goodwill in all of that advertising that they were getting for, in comparison, cheap, free, into the profits of these companies are marginal in comparison, like the cost to produce whole modules. Yes, that means that you can make a totally donut steel Gurgens and Dragons, and wizards can't do jack. Because you cannot copyright the concept. You cannot copyright concepts. You cannot copyright ideas. You can copyright the expression of those ideas. You cannot copyright those ideas. So what they effectively done is burn all goodwill with their community, make most of them leave, and kept most of the people who did want to continue making content no longer put their name and in the popular game that they made on their content for free. You lost free advertising and all of the goodwill you had. Because this folk hobby is not profitable enough. Dropping the no swear rule, they fuck themselves with their own greed. And I am laughing about it because congratulations! You have invented a new kind of stupid, a damage you can never undo kind of stupid, and open all the cages in the zoo. Yes, I'm quoting Hamilton. I've been swear count 3. I'm doing comparatively, that is very little. In my day-to-day, I swear like a sailor. Yeah, but 5e was I learned 5e in middle school and kept it as, again, D&D is a folk game through and through, and the simplest yet most simple yet robust system just kind of burned all goodwill that it had. So yeah, I'm peddling my silly little flank over to GURPS for terms of play. I'm again core. Oh. I have seen a lot of the concept of time, am I right? Thinking. The passage of time. Thinking. Yeah. Hasbro screwed itself, and it's a little funny. It is getting early, but but I still have the energy to stream, but yet no ideas on what to stream. Any more questions that can turn into tangents? GURPS, my beloved. I did download GURPS Lite so I can go and like read it. Analog, any other analog and or digital games. Analog, not many. Lots of itch games, like lots of solo journaling games. Those are always good for the constant state of artistic burnout that I'm facing. I have heard of Vampire the Masquerade. I may look into it. It seems very interesting, but I'm not really that into as many gothic themes. I like bright, bubbly, and unchallenging. I'm written by a man. I'm written by a woman. I am written by a 13-year-old on DeviantArt that doesn't know when to stop giving a character trauma. But digital, I play a lot of mobile games because for the longest time my phone was a more powerful computing device than my computer. That is no longer the case. Actually, I think that's still the case. Cookie Run is still a warm place in my heart. Splatoon makes me very happy. Cookie Run, specifically Oven Break. Smirk. The 13, with the 13-year-olds, I'm, like, sometimes I look at the younglings on the internet, and it's just like, you are creating with so much reckless. Oh, I am a Flash game kid. Oh, that Jack Smith, Sushi Cat. Oh my gosh. I was having a coherent thought. Favorite games: Cookie Run, specifically Oven Break, Splatoon, 3 is very fun in terms of idols. I prefer the kits in 1 and 2 because they have bomb rushes. I am sad that they got rid of bomb rushes. The entire, like, because my school had like iPads, and like of course they blocked most games, but they didn't block any of girlsgogames.com. Those little cooking games, my beloved. They're simple, but they filled my time during study hall. Any rendition of 2048, my beloved. Virtual worlds that no longer exist. I miss Fantage. Is there a rewritten project? Okay, I need to check if there's a Fantage rewritten. Free Realms. There is like Free Realms Sunshine, which is a rewritten project. Disney taking down Club Penguin rewritten. Anger. Checking. No. Fantage remakes. Ooh, copy and paste that. I think we may have found a lead. Yes. Ah, yeah. It's... Okay. Ooh, available on Linux as well. Okay. Let's go. Join. This is... okay. You've caught me. You've caught me in... Like, I am going to go... I am sorry that I'm ignoring you. I'm going to ignore you for a moment. My friends, my compatriots, I have found a lead. Let's use the... Yep. Gosh darn special characters. Okay. Okay. Checking the email. Let's go. I'm thinking. Eating soup. What type of soup, my friend? Soup? It's the Wurmble sippy soup. He bought it at the soup store. Where are you? I'm at soup. What do you mean you're at soup? I'm at soup. Where are you? The soup store. Why are you buying clothes at the soup store? You! Grab. Please log in. Okay. Obtain. We have obtained the thing. The funny meme go bird. Ooh. I'm glad that you found the memes go burr. They move. I started out, I had any promise. I give up, just gently to sleep. Okay. You got, it's called Starmoo. I made my account, downloaded the thing. Okay. I'm in blue banana. Okay. Seems okay. Let's get it on screen. Doesn't seem to be any audio, but it looks like Fantasia and has a similar art style. Okay, nothing there. It still seems to be very much in development. Okay, that is just okay. Yep, it's very much a work in progress. Frown. It's based off of early 2000s, like early 2010s virtual world called Fantage. Shirokube. Back on screen. White cube. Shirokube. Let's go. Thinking. The thing is that not many, like, sometimes rewritten projects are like made out of love, and then sadly there is not that much of a community that can create a rewritten game. There are not many. Yeah, it takes a group, and when the group is not large enough, it ends up a little jank. However, I'm glad that they tried, and hopefully they keep trying. And because some people are trying to recreate the good vibes and don't have enough energy because adulthood has taken the time and the passion away, and it's sad. Oh no. Okay. There. So it's not completely dead. Okay. Yeah, there's... Okay, there's been progress on the Pet Park rewritten. I'm... Yeah, since we're about to reach the 2-hour mark, I'm going to call it here and go into a deep dive hole of nostalgia. And hopefully, on one hand, I wish, but also too much attention and you're gonna get a redux of Club Penguin rewritten. Woodsman, thank you for subscribing. It's pretty cool. That I'm gonna call it here and then go into a hole and then learn. I'll come back with more information.